everyone. Before we get into this evening's live, I want to go over just an overview of what I think is going to be important, at least going into tonight, tomorrow, and as the new year approaches here. I was just going to do an update, but I decided to do it in a live setting, even though I know the college football playoff starts here in not too long. There's a lot of different things going on in the sporting world, so we'll see how many people decide to come in, and we'll see exactly what kind of back and forth we have because it might just be where I can just get through this. I can just do it kind of like a normal update, unless there's a big back and forth from the audience. So we'll see what ends up happening. Angel, Hamza, Nick, welcome in. Mo, good evening, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. Trading with J-Rod, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 years with the Diamond Hands badge. Excellent. Azella, welcome in. Or Ariel, welcome in. Or Relly. Yeah, Relly, that's better. Ringneck, welcome. Joshy, good evening, friend. Joshy Sauce, welcome back, my friend. I haven't seen that name in a minute. Always nice to see that. MR, welcome in. I may have a chart I want to show you later. That's beautiful, Nick. Send it to my email. It'd be excellent. I always look forward to seeing your charts. John Hall, welcome in, my friend. It's always good to see you in the house as well. Jorge, welcome. Thanks for being a very trusted mod and also in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XRP Meteor. John Patak, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. Happy New Year to you, my friend. And so many others out there. We'll get to that too. Randad, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon badge. Appreciate that so much. Jan, welcome in, love, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 years with the Diamond Hands badge. Happy New Year to you as well, Jan. Excellent to see you still part of the community. I knew you were, but it's nice to see you in here on this evening. Adventure with Nadia, welcome, or Nati, Natal, Naughty, welcome in. How about that? Wales, Josie Wales, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XP Predictor. JW, good evening, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XP 589 Moon badge. Love seeing all the supporters in the house right now. Cade, welcome in. Donald, happy New Year to all of you, my friend. Happy New Year, Cade in South Africa. Beautiful. What a beautiful day it is. It's such a beautiful blessing for us to be together. JIOV, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 years with the Diamond Hands badge. Excellent. Daniel's been in Tom's Army for over 6 months now. With the XR, is the Meteor 6 months? I can't remember. Can never remember. The Predictor's either, no, maybe the, whatever. Thank you for being in Tom's Army. I appreciate it. But we have a lot of things going on that are newsworthy here that, obviously, if you're not familiar with the routine with XRP every month, Daniel says, sent you a message on Telegram. I'm going to have to take a look at that. I haven't looked at Telegram in a little bit, I'll be honest. Only because I was getting spammed too much, and that's another story for another day. Mark, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over, I want to say that's 6 months with the XP Predictor. So the Meteor is over 3 months. Yeah, that sounds right. But if you're not familiar with XRP's normality here, XRP, first of every month, so 5.5 hours and counting here on the Eastern Standard Time Zone, they release 1 billion XRP into the market. Yes, it inflates the supply by 1 billion tokens, but they don't put all of that into the markets. Usually about 75 to 80% gets locked back up until December of 2028. What happens then? Who knows? Maybe they give them out to the homeless. Maybe they give them to their holders. No, I'm just kidding. They're probably going to, who knows what's going to happen then. Angela, welcome in, and Happy New Year to you as well, my friend. Rick, thank you so much for tuning in, being a very, very trusted mod. Need more of those. Appreciate that. So let me get off the comments real quick. I did my best to say hi to everybody. I appreciate everybody tuning in. But first and foremost, Happy New Year to everybody. If it's hit you already, I'm living in the past from some of you because it has not hit the new year yet. It's still December 31st here. And on that regard, good evening. 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the last time on this Tuesday, December 31st, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. Well, not the last time I'll be doing the show or saying the intro, but the last time for 2024. Let that sink in. This year has just gone so incredibly fast. But we've made a lot of, I would dare say, a lot of you in this very audience have made a substantial amount of money in 2024 if you've been a part of this. So, with that being said, now we approach it in this way. We have the escrow dump at midnight. Are we going to have a little bit of tax harvesting here in the next 5.5 hours? Or it's quite the opposite. Sometimes you can get the buys right at the end of 24 so that it ends up they want to buy it in 24 to sell it. It doesn't, the buying isn't as important from a crypto standpoint, but I mean, it does start at a year and a day, right? So, it's an interesting dynamic we have going on here. It's an interesting dynamic. Vincent, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over, I believe that's 6 months with the XRP predict. Wait a minute. I never remember that one. I don't know why. It's either the meteor, maybe the meteor 6 months. Vincent, is the XRP predictor 3 months or 6 months? Hey, Tom, the debt ceiling limit is in January. No rate cut, no case dismissal. 1 billion escrow release, bearish inauguration. January is not looking good. I don't disagree with that. I do not disagree. 6 months, okay. The XRP predictor is 6 months. Didn't feel right when I was saying 3 months. I feel like the XRP meteor felt better at 3 months because the predictor would have been something more substantial when I first started. UK Phil, thank you, along with, I already said, so UK Phil, thanks for being in Tom's Arm for 6+ months with the XP predictor. JW, love seeing you in the house here. Love seeing you in the house here. In Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XP 589. Moonbed says, I don't, really, this year it took you like 3 weeks to get out of. I know. Hopefully I'll be better off tomorrow because I swear I said 2023 for a very long time this year. Damn near February when I got it right. You're right about that, JW. And I always had to correct myself as well. Amanda, welcome in, love. Thank you for being in Tom's Army for your first month. And I know it's your first month because that's the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. And my face is superimposed on there. I kid you not. I know, it's crazy anti-communist. The last one of the year. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Calvin, thanks for being in Tom's Army for your second month with the Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. You got to be in the club to know what I'm talking about there. Jorge says, Tommy made me my investment back and then some. Thanks from the bottom of my heart. Oh, you're welcome, Jorge. Hey, thank you, Jorge, for not only being in Tom's Army, but also being a mod here. That means the world to me. You know how out of control and chaotic it gets. But look at some of the movement here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at some of the movement. We've had H-bar now under 27 cents. Remember, it was approaching 30 cents a little while ago. Well, pretty close. Down 3.4%. DGB's barely hanging on to the 1 cent mark now. Down 5.7%. Some of you who are paying attention to the sell targets, you should know what's happening now. I'm not going to spell it out for everybody, but you know the targets. You know where there's the line in the sand. So, Algo was up 5.7% earlier. It's dropped off all but 1.7%. IOTA's giving it all back. Doge at this point, I don't really see a reason why you'd be buying that when you've got IOTA cheaper. If anybody in my audience wants to buy something and you buy Doge instead of IOTA, when it's cheaper, no matter where the price is at, if IOTA's ever cheaper than Doge, and you ever buy IOTA or Doge out over IOTA, I may very well reach through this computer screen. Okay, so don't make me do it through my tablet. I just got this tablet. I don't want to have to reach through it. Thankfully, I got this glass on the front of it just in case it falls so that glass will break. So it'll stop me from coming through, but I might. Same thing if Algo is cheaper than Doge or even in the same vicinity. It's a sin, I tell you, to buy Doge. I know they do whales, Doge whales. It's insane. They have like 135, 140 billion already in circulation. Tom, countdown to 2025. I can't just do a countdown, I'm sorry. Because I'm going to be hanging out with Julian. And I'm watching the college football playoff. I got Penn State here. That'll be coming on. Don't tell anybody, but I'm rooting for Boise State and the guy who got robbed for the Heisman, Ashton Gentry. Oh, and speaking of which, any Alabama fans in the house again? Just like, I feel like it's deja vu, like last, what do you call it? It's deja vu like last year. You know, unfortunately, we're not going to the national championship this year, but Alabama, I don't know what's going on there, but I'm very optimistic about Michigan. Plus, I bet on Michigan today because I thought Alabama was a fraud, and I was right. So I got 5 times my money to be smiling right now. Actually, more than that, like 7. No discipline indeed, Justin. But I'm very optimistic about Michigan. Can anybody tell me a statistic? When's the last time a 5-loss team in back-to-back games beat the number 2 team on the road and then beat number 11? I don't know if that's ever happened. Could be wrong. It's never happened for Michigan. Shit, we never usually beat the top 10 or 11. And all of a sudden, the last few years, I guess it don't even matter what team we put out there. Anyhow, something about Michigan football. But, you know, I smell another, anyhow. Life would be so boring without Tom and his crypto news. I love reading that. Happy New Year. Was that Christopher who said that? Everybody who said Happy New Year, I'm sorry I haven't got to everybody. Happy New Year. XRP right now is facing selling pressure, as we know. I said earlier, forget about the run-up because it's a facade. I wasn't even paying attention really earlier because it just doesn't make any sense to run out here. Because it hasn't decoupled from Bitcoin, I'm not going to forget about this pattern that's set up until it invalidates it. So Bitcoin can run up and down, left and right. It can piss and moan all it wants. It can cry like a out-of-control teenager. But I know what I'm seeing here. And right now, it doesn't look good. In fact, we had a very bearish close of the week on Bitcoin. Very bearish. And a very bearish start to the week. Someone mentioned in the comments, hey, I didn't know a Morningstar was bullish. And I was laughing when I read it. Because the person's right, because it's not bullish, and that's what I've been saying for how many days now? I understand that XRP is still bullish in the pennant flag, but I even gave a target when it hit where you could have sold if, let it sink in, if you were looking for profit, let that seep in, and nobody's telling you have to do it. And nobody's even telling you anybody's doing it. Hell, nobody knows why anybody's doing it or if they're even doing it. How about that? But I gave you 2 different zones where you could sell out. And a very big one was right here at 214 when it came back up. But that was because I had the other setup, but still, it was just irrelevant. Oh my God, that's on my TV. I'm like, what is that noise? It sounds like my son or something. It's some weird music that's playing in the back of the fireworks. See, I had to have something different for New Year's. But there was a precise spot up here at 214 that you could have sold out at if it got rejected. And then you could have just seen, is this going to play out true and play through and come down to at least the first level of $1.87 and then the technical target? Because after all, what have I said the whole way? You're looking for opportunity. If you bought it down here with me, and now you're sitting up here and you're up 500%, I always tell you, when the local stock or the shoe salesman, the grocery stock person, the cashier, the guy at 7-Eleven is telling me to buy crypto. He actually did. He said, did you buy your Bitcoin? I said, I'm about to cash out everything a couple weeks ago. And then I did, basically. And then maybe some more. You guys have to read between the lines because I'm not going to devastate everybody. But I'm just saying, when everybody's telling you it's a can't miss, it's a no-brainer. You got to secure some profits, folks. We're up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,500% on some things. This isn't the first day I've said it, and I've taken a lot of criticism, but I'm going to tell you the truth. Until this reverses, we're in some trouble here. But obviously, XRP is still in a pennant flag. So, worst thing to do if you don't know what's going to happen. Notice I say if you don't know what's going to happen, you wait for the pennant flag to break. Unless you understand what you're looking at and you're secure. I had somebody say earlier when they sold out at 213, thank you, Tom. And I said, for what? I didn't tell you to sell. He said, no. But you gave me the confidence because I've never sold. And I sold and finally took profit for the first time in my trading career ever. So this person's always held through bull markets just because they didn't understand the market. But they had enough cojones this time to at least pay themselves back in the market and then some. That's all I've ever asked my audience to do. If you ride it up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000%, you better be paying yourself back all 100% of your investment. I'm not being a dick. That's not even my words. That's Warren Buffett. We're not looking to stay broke, friends. We're looking to get rich. And we're running out of friggin' time. I keep saying this every time. Every time we see a pump up like this, it's one last time we have. We're one step closer to regulated crypto, and that is not good. I never didn't believe you, Jordan. Are you talking to me, your mom? Or are you talking to everybody else? Clearly, you know that I agree with you. I never didn't agree with you, and it's exactly why I said when I sold 75% of my portfolio, that didn't even have to do with XRP, mind you. And then I started saying where the sell signals were for everything else. And the sell signal for a lot of things is that very uptrend you see broken. And I've said from the beginning, I'm not convinced that this pennant flag is going to play out. Ryan, and if it holds the pennant flag, it can still play out higher. There's no doubt about it. XRP still in the pennant flag. People also told me it would never go under $1. People also told me when I was buying at 35 cents, I was crazy because it would never go back over $1. People also told me I was stupid for not selling when it was up at $1.30. We let the cycle play out. And now we got to be honest when the patterns where it's at. I'm not saying it's broken down yet. See, that's what I'm saying. You have to read between the lines and understand what you're looking at. Death cross in the bigger time frames now adding up. Death cross about to be confirmed here. We had to go for a resistance. Remember what I said earlier? None of this looks good. Even when it was rallying earlier, I said this don't look good. Life is a gamble, my friends, like they said down below. Yes, it is. And you know what gamble you never lose at? Getting bank, taking profit. Don't let them beat you. And yeah, I don't think this cycle's over necessarily. But what I am saying is no great cycle's ever gone without a 60 to 80% correction. Let that seep in. I cannot tell you what to do. I am not a financial advisor. Don't put that burden on me. I took too much heat for 3.5 years. You got to put that burden on yourself. I know it's a lot easier to ask me because of the record, but I am not now nor ever been a financial advisor, nor do I ever want to become one, because I think they're scumbags, and I want to tell you the truth, eh? So take what I'm saying, and you can rationalize. Are you up 500%? Can you afford to sell 100% of that 500% to pay yourself back? Maybe so. Or if you look at the charts and you say, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but it's in a pennant flag. And I'll preface that it's in a pennant flag, so it's still technically bullish. Just like this is still technically not broken down bearish because it's still in the ascending broadening wedge. But I'm not going to wait for the lagging indicator. If it breaks out, and God bless it. But I still got to call it as I see it because right now it's not looking good. The weekly close, not looking good. I'm not here to make money off you. I really don't give a rat's ass either way because I'm not invested in your portfolio because you're not paying me anything. See, that's the beauty of what I do. I don't have to rely on some cheap sponsorships or any of that garbage to push some bullshit. If I see something, I'm going to say it. And right now, I don't feel good about this. And I've been saying it for 2 freaking weeks. And now we're down about 20-something%. It doesn't look good. Doesn't feel right. When a broadening wedge, a rising broadening wedge shows up, that is not bullish to me. Let's see if AI knows. Let's see if AI knows if a rising broadening wedge. Let's see, what's it called? Gemini? Yeah, it's built into my stupid tablet now. But I do like the... I used it over Google Assist. Oh, I've never even used it yet. Look at that. Dun, 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 dun. All right, what was I asking it again? Does anybody remember what I was going to ask it? Oh, absolutely, your mom. And that's why I said a couple weeks ago, if you sell it, and I asked it again today, if you sell it at 214 and then you buy it back at 150, are you really at $1.50? or when you bought it at 34 cents, sold it at 214 or 240 or 250 or 220 or 210 or $2, and it goes down to 150, 130, $1, are you really at a dollar average? Or are you just compounding your price average now? That's the question I always ask my audience. If you're using the same money and you're able to add another 2,000, 3,000, 1,000, 50, 5,000, 10,000, who the hell knows, tokens, do you reevaluate your average and say, well, my God, I used $3,500 to get the 20. It backed down to 10. I doubled my holdings. What the hell is my average now? See, that's the question I want everybody to answer, because if that's what you're trying to figure out, that's not a good reason to just hold because you want your average to say some fancy number. Nobody ever gets rich doing that unless they hold it to infinity and then it happens to pop off. I was going to ask AI. Oh, yeah. Yes. I don't even know if it'll listen. Is a rising broadening wedge bearish? I'm on YouTube. It won't do it because it captures through my other one. Is a rising broadening... Oh, man, it doesn't have anything saved from before, so now I actually got to type it in. Oh, wait a minute. I spelled it wrong. It's whatever. I'm sure I can figure it out. CZAM, thank you so much for the $10 donation, paying you for your time. Tom, paying it forward, my friend. I appreciate that. That's not necessary, but it definitely does help. It makes me feel good, and it does help the cause. But I greatly appreciate that sentiment. I know I spelled it wrong, but I'm sure AI can figure it out. A rising wedge is generally considered a bearish pattern in technical analysis. Formation, it's characterized by two converging trend lines, both sloping upwards. However, the upper trend line has a steeper slope than the lower one. This creates a narrowing price range as the pattern progresses. That's interesting what we got set up here now. It kind of looks like a rising broadening wedge. But hey, let's continue. We don't know yet. Creates a narrowing price range as the pattern progresses. Interpretation. The narrowing price range suggests a loss of momentum in the uptrend. Buyers are becoming less willing to push prices higher, which sellers are exerting more pressure. Breakout. A breakout typically occurs when the price breaks below the lower trend line. We've already had one breach. One breach, back up, rejected on the 200 as if a perfect subject, as if only a trading bot or some kind of manipulated program could make it come to that exact spot in the 4-hourly. I even said it this morning. All we're waiting for is this to come up to the 200-day for a rejection, and then it's going to decide. Like, now we have to decide. Now is it actually going to play out, and maybe we have some kind of weird W, or is the death cross, rising, broadening wedge? Are these things trying to tell us something? The bear flag? Is the bear flag... How can people even lie to people? Oh, it makes me sick. Going into 2025, I'm going to have a much kinder heart, even though I already have one. It's going to be much kinder. I'm going to be much gentler, and I'm going to be much more understanding, because I found out one thing about myself late in 24. I don't like being a brutal dick like I used to. I like to actually teach and take every question to heart, because somebody might not just being a dick when they ask you a question. They might not legitimately know. So it might still come out in funnier ways. Because you're going to see things you've never seen. But, I mean, come on now. The bear flag. The death cross. The rising broadening wedge. Ask yourself, is a rising broadening wedge bearish? Yes. Is a death cross bearish? Oh, you better believe it, especially when it gets rejected on the 200-day after a death cross happens. And... is a rising broadening wedge, is that bearish? Ooh, I think so. We got the trifecta. If it breaks out, so be it. You're not catching me like a jackass. You know, it's gonna prove to me that it's bullish. Now, you're gonna prove to me, Bitcoin, that you're not going to 74K. Prove it. Prove it. That's all I want. Prove it. Give me a happy new year. Prove it and go up. If not, I'll see you down on the bottom with a whole shitload of capital from this run. So it can't be a bad or good new year. It's going to be a neutral year. We're going to make our own destiny, see? And if it goes up, good. If it goes down, okay, but we're going to play ball here because we can already see the... This is what I'm saying. If you don't have money on a crypto exchange, if you don't know what you're doing, get it set up now. Because if it does break down, take advantage of it. If it doesn't, we'll make some more money. That's fine. If it goes up, we still make money. But if it goes down, you guys don't understand. If it goes down now, we make a lot more money later. If you want to go from figure A to figure B to figure C, 3 digits, 4 digits, 5 digits, 6 digits, 7 digits, who knows how far we can go together. I don't know why I'm talking like Osimo. Somebody said I was like Cartman, and apparently I talk like the robot too. But there's a lot of things that can happen, but you got to understand, a drop here, anytime we get a big drop that we can see coming, we make huge bank. Let's just put it that way. Now, if the drop doesn't play out and it's a fake out, we still make money. We just don't make as much. Turn me from being bearish in the crypto market, but that's the market's job to do it, not ours. We can only read the same indicators that made us very bullish before. Oh, I don't care about the trolls. I told you. Lord have mercy in 25, because I won't even show us. Notice how I haven't even hinted at the troll? That's the new Tom. He just makes fun of himself and what's about to happen so that he stays neutral. Apparently talks about himself in the third person as well, which gets annoying rather quickly. BITUNIX for spot, leverage, preferably spot. I don't teach leverage, spot. You can do it with no VPN or KYC. I only show these because these are the ones I use. And I have different strategies for all of them. It's that simple. So just get it right. Get it right. Get it right. Buckle up, folks, because it's going to be an interesting 2024. So I asked the question. I haven't seen the answer yet. Will XRP hold $2 after the escrow dump? Can we start pushing out? Because remember, despite the rest of the market looking like hell, what is XRP still in? Does anybody remember what XRP is at least still in for now? So we can at least be optimistic if you want. Guys, XRP still in the pennant flag. We're looking. No fear. We'll never see under $2 again. Isn't that what I'm hearing everywhere? Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean that. It's a very interesting dynamic with USDT. I will not lie. I will not lie, because that's a dynamic we haven't had to deal with, and I believe this will be the first of many steps of USDT preeminently getting delisted off of certain exchanges. Now, remember, if you're only on an exchange that only deals with USDT, get the hell out of it now. I've been saying this since KuCoin for everybody, and then they got screwed. If your exchange does not allow you to go from USDT to USDC when you're holding your money there, or just in USD, it doesn't matter. I don't care if your exchange only lets you buy XRP and USDT. I don't give a rat's ass. You hold XRP, not the dollar version of it. But if when you put your money back in the dollar to store it, it only lets you do USDT, get out. That means the exchange is being artificially inflated by USDT. That's just fake. You don't want it. I'm going to type in and see the updated news. Whoops. The hell is that? That's not how you spell delisting. So, USDT. Obviously, you shouldn't choose USDT in the EU. You'd be a friggin' fool. Thief. Look it. Why do you think you had an... Oh, my God. This is embarrassing. Look what they did to artificially pump Bitcoin. See, this is how I kind of feel more that we had this artificial bounce. Oh, MicroStrategies bought more Bitcoin. Yeah, maybe not yesterday like it said, but what could have been a catalyst that allowed the price to rise a little bit today? Some of these exchanges announced fee-free USDT to Bitcoin conversion and 100% deposit bonus amid European USDT listing concerns. I don't like what I'm seeing here, folks. Everything I'm seeing is like they're trying to artificially push up the market. It doesn't feel right. I'm telling you, something doesn't feel right here, damn it. Been saying it for 2 weeks and getting made fun of, but it does not feel right to me. Remember when I sat in here 2 weeks ago in the live and I was getting pissed and I said, you know, I thought I built up enough credit. And then people told me you're a dummy after, but that's fine. But I said I thought I built up enough credibility to where I'm concerned and I'm saying I'm selling off shit that maybe it would intrigue somebody or at least act like we want to have a discussion instead of me getting lambasted like I did in 21. The only one who came out ahead there was me, not all of the critics, anybody who listened to what we said. It's not just me. This audience also tells you. You've got how many people in here telling you about different patterns to Google? They're all friggin' bearish. They're all bearish. There's nothing bullish on these charts except for XRP and the pennant flag. But that could just be a double top. That could just be us not looking at the double top and just calling it a... That's why I said, I'm not convinced that this is anything other than a right arm. Take the elevator up. Take the stairs down. Once you make the lower low, it's over. Haven't done that yet, so it's not over. Still in a pennant flag, not over. We're just getting signals that maybe it's over, but not yet. I've drawn the pattern within a pattern within a pattern. It's like Inception on the charts. I can't do it any farther. Hell, I've even prophesized the next move, which somehow it hit that support. Who the hell knows how that happened? That was a miracle. So, yes, could be a bullish cup and handle as well if it breaks up. That's why I said the pennant flag on XRP is at least giving us hope, where so many other things are not. XRP 4 minutes away from the highest yearly close ever. But yet we go another year without even sniffing all-time highs. Let that sink in. I don't consider $2.92 sniffing an all-time high at $3.60. Yes, indeed. That's what I'm saying. We could still get another pump, but I think we have to be optimistic here and say, you know what? Yeah, that might make it tough too. Shit. I don't know if that can happen. That would technically put in a lower low. It can't even happen now. It came out too far. Shit. My one saving grace was, hey, if it holds, that can't happen now. That would be a lower low. Then it would fall into a channel. That was the fear. We're in a shitstorm here, folks. Whoops. Now we're in a bigger shitstorm. Drop my nutcracker. People are either going to be really, really mad, or this pennant flag is going to be out and they're going to be doing this. Or they're going to be going, hate XRP. There's no in between. I mean, it also depends where you stand. I would make a proper bull flag pattern. Oh, I could make it one thing or another, but I've got everything set up in between because it's it's emphasizing the importance of the structures right now. It tells us everything we want to do. But yeah, the bull flag, pennant flag, falling channel if it forms. We can call it whatever. I don't care. Double. Oh yeah, somebody told me to double top. Well, we know what a double top is, but here, double top pattern. Oops. Again, I don't know when I misspell it. I don't know what a double top is. %75% chance that a double top pattern will break down bearish and a bearish reversal. Is a double top pattern bullish? No, the double top pattern is not regarded as bullish. The pattern on the chart is bearish and points to possible trend change from an uptrend to a downtrend. Seem to emphasize the double top. Double top. See, double top. See how they look double top? See how some of them look double top? That's what I'm saying. When you look at these charts, the only difference is, though, when you look at it, well, it depends how you look at it, because it would have broke down that back over here. But if you look at a traditional double top and then you look at XRP, I mean, I don't even need to go into it. But I mean, is that what we're seeing? If we put it into a daily time frame, is that what we're doing? Yes, the double top is resistance. I know I'm playing along with everybody, okay? Obviously, I know what a double top is, but I'm acting like I don't. You understand? But look, we're oversold in the daily. So XRP out of them all, like I keep saying, until that pennant flag breaks, it's bullish. So just understand what I'm saying. As bearish as it feels, as bearish as it looks on some of the indicators, we're still in a pennant. To me, a pennant flag is good. As long as the pennant flag holds, this is moot. Moot. Wanting to see what Japan could do. Oh yeah, I don't know how much that donation was. I can't even remember who that was. You have to comment your name. What does a double top tell you? A double top signals a medium or long-term trend change in an asset class. Let's take a look at several historical examples of double tops. I love it. Let's take some looks. Take some historical looks at the double top. There's not a good double top. And we dropped down a big way. We went from the double top at $1.67 roughly, came all the way down to 53 cents on this chart. Got another double top here. You hit around 62 cents, came all the way down to 18 cents. And we got another one here, got another one there, got another one here, and another one everywhere. But yeah, double tops are not good. By no means. So is that what we're looking at here? And then are we just waiting for the right arm to drop? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. We got some things working against us, but it doesn't mean we're down and out. XRP's not down and out yet until it gives up. And right now in the 4-hourly, well, that's not what you want to see. That's not exactly the best close. So, I mean, either way, we're probably going to take a downtown trip here, possibly here. You know, that's a reversal candle. We'll see if it breaks to a new low. If it breaks a new low at 207 for this 4-hour candle, I mean, you're probably going to come down here. Let's see what the daily candle looks like. I mean, not bad. Could be worse. No thoughts on astrology, planet alignment. Sure. Take it away, friend. What do you want to say about it? That we have a new moon coming and it's all gravy? If it was just as easy as the astrological signs, don't you think a lot more of my audience would be a millionaire? Or a lot more of the ones who listen to the astrological channels? If it was just that easy? I think so. And then whenever it doesn't hit on a new moon, they say, well, this isn't the real new moon. This is just one in between that causes the correction. Or this is the correction moon. You know, and then when it's a half moon and it's supposed to dump and it pumps, they say, oh, well, that half moon must have been filled with vigor. I'm just saying. So I'm just going to stick with the patterns. We're in a pennant flag, and until it breaks down, it's bullish. But I'm just telling you, if it breaks down here and it does what I want it to do, oh my God. Especially if we came to that $1.52 FVG and held it, and then V-shape, my Lord. That's my new way of 25, by the way. I'm not yelling. I'm just going to make obvious points that might sound ridiculous or funny or stupendous at the same time. And then you guys can make a logical decision on if I'm an idiot or if I know what I'm talking about. That's how I want to leave it. I don't need to tell you if I'm good or bad. I suck. And yeah, that could be misinterpreted, though. Now somebody could chop that into something. Then I'd say, but I have a son. Say, how many? Well, I don't want to get into that. Then I might get banned. Frankie Fresh. Yeah. You got to have humility. But if it drops, everybody, let me ask you a question. Why be mad if it drops? What would you do if it drops? Let me just be honest. What would you do if you woke up tomorrow and XRP was at $1.52? Alice, time now. We are playing. Chill, bro. You okay? I am fine, Alice. Sorry, you must not have caught the sarcasm. I'm not mad. I don't even think I've raised my voice this whole time. I'm actually being spontaneous in my best self right now. Because I'm keeping it light. Wait. I would go back to sleep and wake up the next day after it rebounds. Go along for the retest of the flow. Ooh, I like that. That's what I like. That is what I was looking for. So, if for some reason it did come down and fill an FVG down here, oh yeah, I think it would be a great play because you'd be so overgotten that you would have to have some kind of vigorous retest. You would. Even if it was going to retest down here at $1.85. That's why I drew this out. So that we could see maybe what it could long-term potentially get into. But I see a lot of different plays here. I really do. Virtuals just won't stop ripping, Tom. If XRP falls, buy more and get drunk. Nah, I don't like to drink, but I could roll some cannabis. I don't know why. I just don't. I can't get into drinking, man. Seen too much bad stuff. Not saying I don't have a drink every now and then. I think I drank, 3 times this whole year? No, I didn't even drink at any of the parties at the last 3 months. That's crazy. Not that I don't like it. I'm just saying there's just something about it. I feel like there's something deeper in the alcohol and the liquor now, and I call me a conspirator, but the livers seem to be shutting down on people a little too quickly right now. And the only common denominator besides certain things that I'm seeing and certain other things that I'm seeing is that most of the people that I read, it's got something to do with the old alcohol. But, but I could still, listen, let me be, as much as I would love to see a drop and get more, the fact remains that with XRP, I want to see it go to oblivion. Do you guys know how awesome it is for my community when XRP is going up? And for me personally, obviously we're making money, but it's so much funner when it's going up. Obviously, some people say I'm the best when it's going down, but I think that's just because I'm the only one who's going to say what is going to has to be said and not afraid of the consequences. So worst case scenario goes up, big deal. That's the least of my problems if it goes up. That's what I mean. Yeah, to a big extent, Vince, I don't disagree. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying hard liquor like rum, like whiskey that was actually used back in the day. I'm talking about like those, let's just say overweighted hops. And there's just a few. Pennant flag still in play because she won't go down. Nope, it's not going to go down until that pennant flag breaks. So that's what I'm saying. As long as we have higher lows here and the pennant flag holds, we're in good shape. It's just, I always look at it both ways. If it was at the top, I'd say, what are we going to do if it breaks out? What are we going to do? But down here, it's one of two things. Are you buying here? Or are you making plans for the breakdown? The only reason I would say is make plans for the breakdown is because of some of the indicators that are reversing on us. It's not because it's not still most likely bullish in the pattern setup. Because we've talked about a lot how this could shoot right up to 250. Even if it doesn't want to go up much higher than it could even come up to 222 again. Or come up even higher. And then if it breaks out, well, there you go. Then we're on easy street because then we don't have to worry about the bearish bullshit. And then I don't have to worry about that time again. And it'd actually be a lot funner if we just go up from here. But I could still see a lot of interesting times if it goes down, because then we can reinvest a little bit more money. Right? Because I've been telling you to put money to the side for a while, just in case. But that doesn't mean you have to let go of your favorite holdings. That just means have some money on the side in case something happens. Maybe it doesn't happen in XRP. Maybe it starts happening in something else. Maybe you start looking at H-bar and like, holy crap, now it's down to 28 cents, 27 cents. What if it really does fall down to that 23.5? Am I willing to buy maybe some? Or am I saying that it's just over because this is the outside of the breakout? So just look at what you're looking at here. So there's a lot of different ways to look at this. A lot. Or are we just having a back test and a normal breakdown that we need to have after a big move up? H-bar was at 39 cents. It's come down 31%. If it comes down here, it's 40%. If it comes down here, it's 46%. If it comes back to the uptrend, it's 55%. And 17.4, like, look at this. You would be at over 17 cents, and you started at under 4. So you start at 3 cents, roughly, and then you're uptrend. Now you continue at 17. Some people would say, well, that's bullshit. Other people would say, well, oh my God, but our uptrend's way up there now. Now our floor's at 17. We haven't sniffed 17 since 22. Well, maybe a little bit in 24. But you know what I'm saying. So then it becomes, holy crap, this is our upside. And then it's like, well, where does all ends meet? And then that's what you could figure out after. So there's so many things to be positive about. Absolutely, Alice. If it goes up, everybody's happy. We make money, and nobody can call me the bearish bitch, or the bearish bull, or the bearish Tom, the most bearish guy in crypto. Oh, by the way, Alice, thank you so much for being in Tom's Army for your second month with the Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. I really appreciate that. Yeah, but she knows. She knows. But if it's bullish, if we break out, then it's all good news. Not only are we making money, we're making money. Unless you're not. Not everybody's holding, right? Not everybody in my audience is. Some people don't even hold XRP that watch me. They just like the analysis, or they just like hearing me talk. That's a compliment. But now, like I was saying, like you can draw these patterns within, because now you can start to be like, okay, well, now we've got a resistance that was right there. You start playing the inception game. That's what I like to do. Then you're like, well, Tom, if you're going to do that, why not be fair? Well, what do you guys mean? Well, you know, if it's coming down there and you're calling that, isn't that a new? Well, technically, I can't argue that. So now you start to see how far we get squeezed, right? You start to get squeezed so much that it either has to pop out or there's nothing left. The selling pressure takes you out. And right now we're at in the 4-hourly. I don't know. Optimism is the way, but reality, at least what's going to happen either way, is the right way. I'd rather know what's going to happen up or down no matter what. And then if it breaks out bullish for us, okay, take a breath, move on upward and outwards. But if it goes down, take a breath. We've already studied this. We've already practiced the drill, and we already know what to do. You know, it's kind of like the fire escape. You do it so you have repetition, even though, I mean, but you already know some idiot's going to jump out the window. Someone's going to trample somebody else. No one's going to listen to the rules. The first people are so self-absorbed. They're going to try to run out, knock the old ladies over, knock everybody out, knock the blind man down. They're getting out the door. So you can't rely on that. So you got to look at all the exits yourself, come up with an understanding when there's a stampede. What do I do? So that's exactly what crypto's like. If there's going to be a stampede, figure out what you're going to do before it happens. And then if it goes up, just take a sigh of relief as everybody's still buying on the way up, as you're still holding from when you bought so long ago because of the same fundamentals you're using right now. That's how I look at it. But it's been 50 minutes. We're about to call it a day here because I got to go with Julie. It's New Year's Eve. I want to hang out with her. Right now, who knows? Are we going to get a little pump here? We're still in the pennant flag. I think everybody misinterprets everything I say for one reason. Because I talk about more than just XRP. If I was just talking about XRP, I'm still more bullish on XRP than like Bitcoin. I'm not as bullish. But I can still see a way for Bitcoin. If it wants to hold this, we've talked about it. We could still come to 122K in this bearish broadening wedge, or the rising broadening wedge. Hit it at 122 and still be within the broadening wedge and then break down. So don't force it bearish is what I'm going to continue to say and push that message. Don't force it bearish until the time is right. If it's bearish, it'll present itself and it'll do it. But don't force XRP bearish yet when it's in a pennant flag. Just like have a fundamental understanding of what it means to be in a pennant flag. It means it is not technically bearish. Yes, it's showing a double top, but it's also showing a mixed signal, let's just say. Some could draw it out in a bull flag. I just don't like that yet. If I'm drawing a bull flag, I prefer for that farther hit down and a lower low to be put in for some reason. That's just, to my understanding, that's what I would need to see, because then it would show greater strength, but we haven't shown that yet. You know, for it to, I like the pennant flag. So the pennant flag's in, we're still bullish, we're optimistic, and that's the way I'm looking at it until I have to look at it another way. So everybody else can perpetrate it however they want, but that's what I've said. So you either come to the source or you don't, and if you don't come to the source, don't get pissed when you get the wrong information. I'm eternally grateful for everybody who's joined this journey in 2024. As we started with just about 17,000 subscribers here in 2024, we took out not only 20K, but we also took out 30K. So I think that's pretty incredible. I'm very happy about that. We took out 30,400 today. So we've had, you know, it's been beautiful. So thank you all. But ladies and gentlemen, I could do a mic drop, but I only get one more time to do this. And maybe this will bring in the bullish push here for XRP, because it isn't a pennant flag, so it's not bearish. Listen what I'm saying. No matter what anybody else in the comments says, if it's in the pennant flag, it's not bearish until it breaks down. You are not broken down yet. So if you're going to sell and then later get pissed if the pennant flag plays out, you didn't do your homework. It didn't break the pennant flag. You didn't get that rejection point. Remember what I always say, don't jump the fence before the fence is needing to be jumped. I don't think I've ever said that, but it sounded damn good, so I'm going to use it in 25. Don't jump the fence before the fence needs jumping. Damn it, sometimes it just happens. I like that. Does that make sense to anybody? Don't jump the fence before the fence needs jumping. I think it makes perfect sense. I think it makes perfect sense. I'm going to go into the sunny days with that. I think that makes beautiful sense. Damn, Tom, it looks like your subscription list is in a pennant flag. Way to go. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't break the pennant flag, because I've definitely seen ups and downs. Damn it, I always jump fences when worried and running. Yep. Ooh, don't jump fences before before it's been built. I like that too. Holy smokes. Under $2, seller what? It's the pennant flag. If the pennant flag breaks and it's at $1.98, that's also the 2021 high. So if you get below the 2021 cycle high and you can't hold it as a support, I can't tell you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't even know where you bought. You might not even have profit. You know, so you got to make that decision. I do not want to be a financial advisor, nor do I ever want to be in the future. I'd rather just do this. So ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen this before, get ready to possibly unsubscribe or subscribe, because you're just so grateful that I'm not just some generic phony. But let me put it this way. In 2025, I want you guys to listen to less influencers. I don't consider myself an influencer. You know why? I'm just sharing the information I have, and you do with what you will. This is my historical data. I never thought, well, I did proclaim in my first video I'd have 10,000 subscribers 1 year from the day when I had 3 subscribers, which was me, Julie, and me. And then 1 year to the day I had 9,999. I mean, but this is historical data. I'm not coming here to be your influencer. I'm not doing those sponsorships. I'm not getting fat and rich off of just because I'm an influencer. So in 2025, notice the influencers are all, I don't know. I don't want to say it without offending anybody. But most influencers that I come across now, there's 3 agendas that I see. 1, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. 2, they only smile for the camera. 3, they're taking a nice paycheck in the back. I'm not saying it's like a Diddy party, but that's who we all become. Diddified. And I'll be damned if he starts to annihilate my portfolio any further. So anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, that didn't come out. I guess it came out good. It was still PG. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know what time it is. Do you know what time it is? The sun. Sunny days are here again. Oh, sunny days. Oh, what a day. Oh, sunny days. Oh, what a day. I wear glasses 'cause I can't see a motherfucking thing. Happy days. Oh, happy days. Oh, what a day. Oh, happy days. Oh, what a day. XRP will reign supreme. Let's just not get caught in the FUD. Oh, we're gonna crash and we did and we will and we pumped and we didn't and we did and we won't and we will and we can't and we will and we won't. Oh yeah. Stay true. Stay blessed. Don't drink and drive. I want to see you in the audience in 2025. I'd rather you watch, from behind the screen and not behind bars or worse. So take that to heart, please. I've known too many people who have died on this holiday. Don't let it be you, and don't do it to someone else, for God's sake. So I'm just sitting at home. I'm not going nowhere. I believe you go out less, you stay home more, you get known by less. Although, unfortunately, it worked against me. I didn't know I would have 30,000 people watching me. But hey, I said I'm not going to know anybody, and I know everybody somehow. The hell happened? No. Tom just won XRP Idol. I think so. Papa Wheelie says, Vodka, here I come. Remember, pay your crypto taxes. Absolutely, every single year they bend me over. So what I choose to do is I take out the extension every year because crypto, I'm going to be honest with you, it's tough to get it all by April. Some of the exchanges purposely wait until after tax day. I don't know why. So I just always do the extension and I do my taxes. I just made it a tradition to do it in October. Isn't it October 15th? Is that what it is? I think it's October 15th. I don't think it's August 15th. No, I think it's October 15th. So that's just that's my suggestion. That's what I do. So I look forward to seeing everybody in a few short hours because 2025, when I do my update in the morning, well, I'm going to do it as if it's nothing. I'm going to go to the gym after. I'm going to walk the mile to the gym. I'm going to walk the mile back. I'm going to take my vitamins and not Hulk Hogan steroids, my own vitamins, herbs, real herbs. Can I just say one thing? Let me go grab it. This is a public service announcement from one herbalist to maybe somebody who might not understand. From me to you, if you're on TikTok and you hear these dummies talk about L-theanine and they tell you to buy these gummies, run away. You're not buying an herb to buy a freaking fruit snack. Start reading some of the stuff that's made to form that freaking fruit snack. Okay? L-theanine in a herbal drop. Another version of L-theanine. You don't need all that. And I'm not selling shit. Don't buy that garbage. I see every single person selling all that junk on TikTok. Stop. If you're going to push some BS, like Shilajit and all that stuff that's not BS, don't push the gummy. Tell people to buy the liquid drops. The liquid drops. Okay? That's it. That's my public service announcement. Don't take the gummies. Don't be an idiot. If you're taking an herb, don't give yourself unnecessary cancer, diabetes, a lot of other things. I'm going to go before I get banned, but you get the picture here, right? You get the picture here, right? Have a blessed new year.